Hey, I'm Darren Hayes and this is Crave on Music.
Love, you're in pieces. There's no one left to lay you down or say it's okay. On the worst night of the worst year, though we might fall.
Yeah, I mean the whole world of this album has been super important to me. The visuals, the album cover, the artist John Gilsonan, who I worked with almost a year ago. We started developing colours and symbols and codes, and that all sort of fell into the photo shoots, and so the clothes that I wore and everything has been sort of, it's all related to the world of the record, and so that's why the music videos are similar. Like Talk 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 is like an animated version of the album cover, and Black Out the Sun, to me, that video sounds like and looks like what the record feels like, which is really kind of film-like and cinematic and emotional and you know, dark and broody with the strings. And then Bloodstained Heart is sort of the complete opposite of those two videos, and it's really clean and simple, and I think there's a real twist in the video. I think, you know, the album's called Secret Codes and Battleships, and I think that there's a secret meaning in the music video, so it's interesting to see what people think.
You were saying that you'd come up with a couple of ideas for Bloodstained Heart's video, didn't you, yourself, which you'd given to directors, but you'd gone for something totally different.
Yeah, I actually originally wrote an idea for Black Out the Sun, and I won't say what it is because I think that the version of the video is the definitive version and I love it, but I had a completely different idea, and I'd sent that idea out to lots of directors, and they very faithfully wrote ideas back based on my idea, and when I read it, it was just wrong. And I appreciated that they tried to make my idea work, but it didn't work for the song. It wasn't emotional at all, which is crazy because I think of Bloodstained Heart as being one of the most emotional songs I've ever recorded. And then Chris Cottam, without knowing anything about me, wrote this idea, and he was really sweet because he said, look, I know this isn't what you wanted, but I listened to the song and this is what I think it's about. And he wrote this idea, and one of his favourite films was one of my favourite films, which is a movie called Let the Right One In, and there's a relationship in that video between this boy and this girl, and it's really innocent and beautiful, and this video had that sort of idea, and I immediately just wrote off all the others and just said, God, this is the one, I want to do yours. So that's the video that was shot.
So how much input do you normally have into things like the video? Because I know you are very creative.
Yeah, I usually have a lot of input. I mean, some of my videos I've co-directed, most of them I've co-written or written the idea, like Black Out the Sun, you know, it was directed by Grant Marshall, but the idea, the treatment, the costumes, all of it, it all came, you know, from me. Whereas every now and then, like on Bloodstained Heart, I love just giving it all completely over to someone else and seeing what they come up with. Sometimes it's completely wrong, but sometimes, like in this instance, well, it makes me cry, and I think if music video can make me feel like that, I think that's, you know, hopefully that will come through to the audience as well.
Has there been another artist video that's had that kind of emotional impact on you?
Wow, you know, when I think of really emotional music videos, I think of the first time I ever saw a very old video by Sinead O'Connor called Nothing Compares to You. And it's a really simple video, and if you don't know it, you should YouTube it. It's one take, and she sings the song to the camera and she just cries. And another video that's very, very old that I loved was by Godling Cream, and it's called Cry. And it's in music video legend, it's considered to be one of the best music videos ever made, and it's just a series of close-ups of people crying. But you know, I think a lot of Radiohead music videos move me a lot. I'm not really a huge fan of I love fashion and I love super glossy videos, but for my music I'm not really a big fan of sexy, you know. I kind of want it to be a story, or for it to have some emotional quotient.
Hit me like a subway train.
fan thing really has taken a new level with the internet, though, hasn't it?
For me, I've always been. My experience of the music business has always been online. I began where I used to chat to fans in chat rooms called IRC, and then I used to chat on forums, and used to write back then what was called journal, well before MySpace or Facebook or anything. And then I just think of Twitter and Facebook as kind of the latest extension of that culture. But even though my idols were all virtually untouchable, when I think of Madonna and Michael and Prince, they were mysterious to me. But I've never really been like that with my audience. I hate saying fan because I feel like it's insulting, but it's not, because I'm a fan of all of my idols. But the people that buy my records, I feel are on the same level as me, and I don't know, I kind of like breaking down that kind of wall. I don't want to do it for the media, and I don't want to do it for newspapers, but I do it for my audience, because I know how they feel, because I feel like they feel. And music saved me, as music does for everyone. You know, as a kid with dreams, I would escape and get lost in my music, and it has transformed my life in all those wonderful ways. And so I'm always so honoured when someone feels like that about anything I do. And yeah, I've made some really great friends, actually, from just getting to know fans. There you go, I said it, I called them fans. Because I think we're speaking the same language, definitely.
You hit me like a subway train, and